The date was May 12th, 1985, a date that will go down in infamy for NBA enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. At stake, the opportunity to draft the most dominant player of that year. Standing at 7 feet and weighing 255 pounds, Patrick Ewing was coveted by all the teams in the NBA. In the course of this digital project, I will attempt to refute one of the biggest conspiracy theories that haunted the NBA, that being that David Stern, the then commissioner of the NBA, and the New York Knicks conspired to ensure that Patrick Ewing was selected first overall by the Knicks during the 1985 NBA draft. The conspiracy theory goes like this. In the early 80s, the owner of the San Diego Clippers, Donald Sterling, realized that his team wasn't very good. Attendance at Clippers games was down, and Sterling realized he had to do something to get fans back in the seats. Sterling, realizing that the last place team always gets the first pick in the next year's draft, decided that the best thing to do was to continue to lose. Sterling is actually quoted as saying, "We've got to bite the bullet, we can win by losing." League officials realized that the system was broken and was being manipulated to get that first pick. Something had to change. Enter David Stern, the league commissioner. He came up with the idea of the lottery, where the bottom 7 teams would have an equal shot at getting the top picks. He put envelopes in a drum that had the team's logo on it and picked the envelopes randomly to determine draft order. Stern also realized that having the number 1 pick land in a hot market like New York would serve to increase the league's revenue substantially. So a plan was put into place to ensure that New York Knicks would have the first pick by ensuring that their envelope was picked first. But how could they guarantee the New York envelope would be picked first? Conspiracy theorists say that prior to putting the Knicks envelope in the drum, the corner of the envelope was bent, making it easy to feel which envelope should be picked first. Sports Illustrated, in their article called The Ewing Conspiracy, quotes Stan Kasten, the general manager of the Atlanta Hawks, as saying that he remembers being in a room with other NBA guys, and that one man present said he's going to the Knicks, it's all arranged. Based on the sources being a high-placed official in the league, this does bring some authenticity to the comments. Kasten himself even said, "I didn't believe him at the time." Also, the Sports Illustrated article, along with other referenced in the bibliography, all provide a very solid understanding about the state of the league at the time of the '85 draft. These aren't claims made by some guy on the street corner. These are claims made by what I feel are trustworthy sources. So, it obviously has to be true, right? Analyzing this with Daniel Pipe's analytic tool and a quick Google search, you can quickly find multiple claims that not only the '85 draft lottery was rigged, but in fact numerous drafts since then have also said to be fixed, essentially piling on the original conspiracy theory. By piling on, conspiracy theorists are trying to bring credibility to their original claim about the '85 draft. Common sense would also tell us how difficult it would be to rig the draft. With people all around and a live television audience, do we really think that David Stearns and friends would risk being caught fixing this on live television? I would expect not. As Karen Sternheimer stated, sociologists refer to conspiracy theories as a form of collective behavior, something that we engage in together that gains traction as it appeals to many people. Everybody wanted Patrick Ewing to be drafted by their team. For those whose team didn't get to select Ewing, it's a no-brainer in their minds there was obviously a conspiracy to ensure the Knicks got him. But that doesn't really make sense. There were 7 teams eligible to be awarded the first overall draft pick, but only 1 can be awarded. This means 6 won't be. Include all other teams in the league, and that makes for a large contingent that were unhappy with the results. And those unhappy people would be apt to engage in collective behavior to say the draft was rigged. Similarly, from a political science point of view, any number of arguments can be made, such as distraction, false flag, and they all basically go back to the same point. Raising the conspiracy theory essentially distracts away the fact that only 1 team could claim Ewing as the first pick. Did the Knicks and the NBA itself profit from Ewing going to a big market? Absolutely. But that alone can't be the single point that definitively says, yes, the '85 draft was fixed for the good of the NBA. Popular culture wants us to believe that Stearns and the big bad Knicks fixed the draft. This conspiracy theory has been around for over 35 years and led to other conspiracies about the NBA draft. And while I find the conspiracy theory around the '85 draft very fascinating to research and easily believable, given the build-up and reasoning behind why the lottery was created combined with Patrick Ewing's greatness and obvious potential, I am unable to definitively say that the draft was rigged based on my counter-argument provided in the last 2 slides. Thank you for listening to my digital project. If you're interested in further researching this conspiracy theory, I invite you to read any of the articles included in my bibliography, as I found them very insightful and helpful to me.
me during the